curious if I still know how to do this, because I know that I am. Hello, and welcome, or welcome back to my channel. This corner of the internet has been a little bit dusty lately, and that's totally my fault. There's been a lot going on. I'm sorry if it's like really dark. It's storming outside, and I have time to film today, and I'm in the mood to film today, so I'm just gonna film today. I'm also going to be folding laundry. I thought I would sit down and just be casual and fold some laundry while I chat with you guys, because I have some things that I want to talk about. And one of the things that I want to talk about has a lot to do with like mental health, where I've been lately, but also like where have I been lately. So let's rewind, because now it's August, so let's rewind to May, yeah, because that's where a whole lot of stuff happened. So May, I went on vacation. I went on an Alaska cruise. It was our very first princess cruise, if you followed along on those vlogs. I had a wonderful time. It was a beautiful cruise, kind of cold, little bit like rainy, but it was one of the best cruise experiences I've ever had, specifically for like service. It was fantastic. I had a great time. It was nice to like unplug from work. So that trip, I was originally planning to, I flew from Orlando to Vancouver with my mom, and we got on a ship and we cruised to Anchorage. And the original plan was for her and I to both stay in Anchorage until that Wednesday. I think it was like the 31st of May. And so we were both gonna fly to Seattle together. And then she was going to get on one plane in Seattle that was coming here to Orlando. I was gonna get on a different plane in Seattle and fly to Kansas City, because I was gonna meet a friend. My best friend's sister was getting married, and I was going to attend the wedding. And the plan was for me to spend a few days with her, and then after the wedding, I would come home. Hello. So what happened was, we got off the cruise, and Mom was sort of sick, and I was kind of sort of sick, and Mom received a phone call from a friend whose father was in the hospital. So this friend lives in Kansas City. Mom offered to fly to Kansas City a little bit early, because this friend really doesn't have anyone to help her through that situation. It was really a difficult time for her, and so my mom decided to fly to Kansas City and be supportive of her at that time. So Mom flew to Kansas City. We changed her flight. Alaska Airlines was fantastic to work with for it. So we changed Mom's flight. She flew on Monday, which was actually Memorial Day, and she was in Kansas City for a couple of days. I spent a couple of days in Anchorage, and I got sicker. So I thought, it's just a cold and I'll feel better soon. So I continued to plan on flying to Kansas City to meet my friend for her sister's wedding. These are still damp. So Wednesday, my original flight, I kept. So I flew to Kansas City, and I ended up staying in a Hampton Inn right there at the airport Wednesday night, and I was still very ill. The next morning, I kept thinking, I'm gonna fight through it, because I don't get sick, right? I mean, personally, I don't. I can fight through just about anything. So it was really difficult for me to admit defeat, and I didn't yet. Mom actually picked me up and drove me, or was driving me to Springfield, where my friend lives, and we were gonna meet halfway. And I just really did not feel well, and about halfway there realized this is a bad idea, admitted defeat, turned around and went back to Kansas City. And on the drive from like southwest Missouri back to Kansas City, I booked my mom and I both flights home on Southwest. So we came home, like we went to Kansas City and parked the car that my mom had borrowed from her brother and got on a plane and flew home that same day. So thank goodness for last minute flight changes. Thank goodness for Southwest Airlines. So I came home and I was sick for a couple of weeks. And in that period of time, lots of other things happened. So mom was sick and my camera died. So what I'm filming on is a brand new camera, which is cool. Kind of needed to happen, I think. So it's a brand new camera, so I'm still getting used to it. I like it, but I haven't filmed a whole lot of stuff on it just because this is actually the first time that I have sat down and filmed a video since I was in Anchorage. And this one is a ham. Do you mind? I need my laundry. So anyway, that was like the first few weeks, and then like work has been really stressful lately, and it's not that work is hard, it's that I've taken on some stuff that I probably shouldn't have, and we've been having interpersonal relationship issues on the team, and that's been really heavy, and I've got a lot of problems with my self-worth being wrapped up in my accomplishments, I think, and that just takes a lot of self-awareness, and I don't mind that. I think that's something I need to deal with myself, but anyway, it's August now. I need to, you know, start like getting back into the swing of things. Yogi has been sick, so my dog, not that one, the other one, the little one, smaller one, has been sick. So we took her to the vet. We think we've got that figured out. It's she was on medication for about a month. Turns out it's like a tick disease, and it just has it in her system now because, you know, she hasn't had a tick bite. It's just the way it goes sometimes. So I missed the wedding. Mom got sick, Yogi got sick, camera died, my editing software expired. I was using a free trial of Final Cut Pro and it expired, and to purchase Final Cut Pro is not exactly cheap. It was like $300, I think, so I had to save up for that, and because it wasn't in my budget, you know. It should have been, because I had been using the free trial, but honestly, when I started the free trial, I didn't expect to like it that much, but I ended up liking it quite a bit. So I was like, well, I guess I will just purchase it when I can. And then once I purchased it, it took like 2 days to download, which is weird, but it's what I've been using, and the full version is admittedly similar, but I think better, faster somehow than the trial version. Whatever. I bought it, so I'm sold. Anyway, Emma got a kitten. Because we don't have enough turmoil, or turmoil's a strong word. It's just been an intense season of change, and it just feels like it's been ongoing for a long period of time. Not that it's a big deal, it's just the way that it's been, but I was with some friends one weekend recently. It's been really nice having some friends that I can watch movies with and spend time with, and like vent with people my own age, and you know, we have similar experiences, and so it's been really nice to have that time to share with people. And so anyway, I was with my friends one weekend, and my mom called me and said, hey, what do you think about us getting a kitten? Thinking maybe it would help with Maleficent's anxiety, because my cat has been like getting these weird bald patches on her legs. We think it might be anxiety related, so we've tried anxiety supplements, we've tried playing with her more, we've tried different kinds of food. So mom was like, well, maybe she wants a playmate, maybe she wants a kitten, so we got a kitten. And we have not, like, the kitten's just like been with us a few weeks at this point, a couple weeks, 2 weeks. So she's very young, and we have not thrown them together. They have seen each other and spent minimal time in each other's company. Maleficent does not seem to be very excited about it, but I'm sure that it takes a little bit of adjustment when you go from a 1-cat to a 2-cat household. We used to be a 2-cat household, but when Maleficent was a kitten, like a baby, I had her, and then like I'd had her for a couple of months and I ended up getting another kitten, and that's a story. But Tarzan passed a few years ago when I was in Anchorage with Adam and Sherry, so I wasn't even there when that happened. And her transition from 2-cat to 1-cat I think was easy for her, but now that she's a grown, like she's an adult cat, I think it's going to be harder for her to accept a kitten. But I'm hoping that they will not only get along but also be friends, and it might be nice for her to have a cat to play with because she doesn't play with the dogs. It's been a lot lately, but it's been nice to, you know, like not have to think about filming and what am I going to film, and sometimes it almost feels like work and like I'm forcing content, which is not my intention. I want everything to feel like I want to make it. I want every video that I make to be something that I'm proud of or something that means something to me. Like this for me is probably more like a diary entry than anything else. But at the same time, I feel like some of you guys are really close friends of mine because you leave comments, and I've had people reach out to me on Instagram and ask me like, hey, are you okay? And I'm doing better. I am. The truth is, mental health has played a huge role in this, and I've been in a dark place lately, and I am not getting therapy. I probably should be, but I'm not, and that's something I need to work out on my own. But I am working through some stuff. I think I'm feeling better now than I have been the last few weeks, and some of it's work related, not all of it's work related. Some of it's just like seasonal, I think, which is strange because it's summertime, so I should be like rolling in the vitamin D and I should feel happy, but you know, some people have that reverse SADS or whatever it is, so seasonal effectiveness disorder. So SAD, somehow some people have that in the summer, and I don't know that I'm calling myself one of them, but I just have been having a rough time lately, so I'm gonna be okay. Last week was a lot of fun for me because I got to go to Comic-Con, and I have a picture. I have one picture of my first outfit because I went for 2 days. I went with a couple of friends and we stayed at a hotel right there next to the convention center. It was so cool because we woke up Friday morning, I got dressed, they came and picked me up. I didn't even have to drive. It was so nice. So they picked me up. The first day I dressed as a hobbit because the hobbits from the Lord of the Rings movies, so Billy Boyd, Dominic Monaghan, Sean Astin, were all there, and they were going to do a panel at 2 p.m. So I was really excited about it. Elijah Wood was originally supposed to be there. When I bought my tickets, he was on the like panel schedule, and so it was going to be all 4 of the hobbits, and it was so exciting. And then he backed out like a few weeks before, which is, you know, fine, it happens. And then with all of this stuff going on with the SAG Guild, or, you know, Screen Actors Guild or whatever, I'm surprised any of them were there. So I'm not complaining. However, we missed the panel because it was in Tampa, right? It was not in Orlando. It was a Tampa Comic-Con, and we had to drive all the way from Orlando to Tampa for the Comic-Con, and we were hungry, so we stopped at Cracker Barrel and had the worst service. It was terrible. The guy had no idea what he was doing or anything, and didn't even have a piece of paper to write our orders down on. So our order was not even actually put in. We had to ask another server to like help us with our food because we waited like 45 minutes and never got food. And we all ordered like breakfast stuff, and it doesn't take 45 minutes to scramble eggs, and it was not a busy day. Like I know Cracker Barrel can be really busy sometimes. We had no wait for a table, and there were lots of empty tables. It was just like a really terrible server. Anyway, we were eating, which is very Hobbit-like behavior, but we were eating breakfast, lunch when the Hobbits were doing their panel, so we missed the panel. But I had made a Hobbit outfit. That's the point that I'm trying to make. Saying too many words, but I made a Hobbit outfit. I've been spending more time crafting and sewing, and it's made me so happy. So I made a corset, and I have this old, it's not old, it's a sheet set that I got at like Ross, and I used part of it to make a dog bed just because it was cute, and like it's cheap fabric, but it has mushrooms on it, and I was like, okay, Hobbits love mushrooms, so I'm gonna use this fabric and I'm gonna make a corset because I had a pattern, and corset stays, whatever. So it was so much fun. I made the corset, I made a skirt, and I made a apron, which was nice, and because I put the pockets and everything, and I wore that all day on Friday, and then Saturday woke up at the hotel, and we went to Comic-Con again on Saturday, and so day 2 I wore my fighter pilot costume that Mom and I made, or have been working on. We actually bought like the orange jumpsuit, white jacket thing from Amazon a couple of years ago, several years ago now, because we've had them since before COVID. Oh my gosh. Because we bought them for like a Star Wars Day at Sea Cruise with Disney, and wore them on that first Star Wars Day at Sea Cruise, the January of 2020. Oh my gosh. Wow. Anyway, so I wore that, and that was a lot of fun. And then I came home. So that was just last weekend. So it's been busy. We've had a lot going on, or I've had a lot going on. So also, since I'm like catching up, I might as well give you a glimpse into what's coming soon. So work has been weird. I worked 5 10s this week because I'm gonna take 2 days next week. I've got to go to the doctor. Have a dermatologist appointment on Thursday, so I'm not going to work on Thursday or Friday next week, which gives me a super long weekend. And then the following week, one of my coworkers is getting married, so I'm taking my flex day, because I work 4 10s, right? So I get a day off. So instead, like typically I take Friday off, but instead of taking the Friday off the following week, I'll be taking the Monday off. So long story short, I get a 5-day weekend. So with that 5-day weekend, I'm gonna work on some homework vlogs. I've got 2 projects, major ones, coming. I'm planning to paint the pantry, because I didn't do that when we installed the pantry, and I regret it now, and the library. So right now, the way that our library is, we have the bed on the wall, like on the outside of the house, and then the books are on the wall that's in the middle of the house, and we have a lot of books, right? And these shelves are heavy because they're solid wood. My dad made them. So it's a lot of weight, and there's no wall underneath that. And I know that this house is not going to come tumbling down around us. However, we're gonna reverse the layout of that room. So we're gonna put the bed on the other side, put the books on the outside, just because it's on the outside of the house and it will have more support, whatever. So that's the plan for next weekend. I'm very excited about it, and I know it's gonna be a lot of work, but I think it's gonna be really good, because I find painting to be sort of therapeutic, because I get to like meditate when I'm doing it, you know? When I'm doing this, I talk, apparently, folding laundry. But this is good for me because I'm trying to be productive, you know, with marginal success. Apparently I sleep in a lot of t-shirts. That's a hang. I know this is a hang. So anyway, that's a glimpse into the future. We're gonna have some homework vlogs coming up. You're gonna get to see, not just, because we're not just gonna do like painting, okay? That's boring. Rolling on paint, everybody's seen that. And I'm not planning on doing an accent wall in the library, But that plan could change, you know. I've changed my mind about it 3 different times. I've changed my mind about the pantry a couple different times. What I am thinking is that I want to include the reorganization. Of course, because that's where I really thrive, is I love reorganizing things and making things make sense. I'm really excited about it and optimistic. I feel optimistic, which is something that I haven't felt in a while. How are you guys doing? How are you doing? I mean, I feel like I haven't caught up with so many of you, any of you, in a long time, and you know, it's that place that I've been in. I've actually fallen out of contact with some of the people that I love the most, and I'm ashamed of myself because I shouldn't let that happen, but it has. And I know that happens to everybody sometimes. I'm not saying it's okay. I'm just saying it's understandable when you fall out of touch with someone. What I've been doing instead is sending like memes on Instagram. And that's my form of like human contact with the people that I love the most. And I hope that they understand that that means that I love them. And, you know, I'll come around. I just haven't had the energy for it lately, you know? Maybe somebody understands. But anyway, I'm almost done with this basket of laundry. I feel like I've been fairly productive with this, and I feel like I've talked way far too long. So I'm going to turn the camera off now because it's like really dark. It's storming, it's raining. That happens in Florida frequently, especially in the summer. So, I mean, I guess I could talk about my plants. They're thriving. They're beautiful. I've got 5 of my pothos up here hanging in front of my windows, and they're so happy. I'm watering a bunch of the other ones downstairs right now. They're like soaking in water because like what I like to do is I've got this bus tub. And if you know what a bus tub is, it's like a gray plastic tub. And typically you put like muddy boots in it, but what I do is I take my pots or my plants out of their pretty decorative pots, and they're still in their little plastic nursery pots, but I'll put them in the bus tub, water them, and so the water kind of runs through, but I'll let them soak, like bottom soak, because you can water from the bottom, but I like to water from the top so that I know the top gets damp, but then I'll let them bottom soak for, I don't know, a few hours, and I think it helps. At least some of my bigger ones really like it. Like I've got a gigantic neon. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with it because it's already in a 6-inch, and that's as big as the hanging basket is. So I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with it when it needs to be transplanted. I might have to split it. I don't want to, but I mean, it's starting to trail because for a while it was just sort of like bushing out. I've got a couple of them that were just getting really bushy and not trailing. But some of them are trailing like crazy, which is really cool. So I'm just like, my plants are bringing me joy. My cat and her anxiety is bringing me a little bit of anxiety, but she's stopped eating the plants. So it's not that she's eating something she shouldn't. I don't know. It's up and down, you know, happy things and concerning things. Wow. I need to turn this off because I'm just rambling at this point, but I'm happy and I'm glad I did this, and I hope somebody watches it. I mean, I'll probably watch this in the future just because it's like I said, like a diary entry. So anyway, welcome back to my channel, and I hope that you guys stick around for some homework vlogs. I'm trying to think of like other things that I can, you know, do on this channel, and I've got a couple of plans for this fall. Like cooking. I want to bring cooking back, and now I have a new camera, and so we'll see what we can do with that. And yeah, I'm excited, and I'm trying to think of all the fun things that I've always wanted to do and just haven't done. So anyway, fresh start. It's August. It's back to school season already. This is wild. So all right, that's enough. I'm done. You guys will see me in another video soon. I can't say when. I have plans, but I'm not going to tell you because the last time I did that I totally bombed. So anyway, that's it. Thanks for coming. Bye.